Hey, what's up, everybody? Cinephile Mike is here, and it is day 75 of Award Season Review Season 3. 97 reviews coming at you in 97 days, covering many of the films up for award recognition. Now, some of the films I'm talking about may still be in theaters, may be awaiting a re-release, or maybe awaiting their initial release. So all the information, statistics I'm providing to you, box office, critical response, audience response, nominations, predictions, wins, everything is current within 7 days of recording and posting. Also, the reviews are spoiler free, so I'm not going to ruin these for you. And make sure you check out my website, cinephilemike.com, where you can find lots of great award season content, including the Where Can I Watch It 2024 spreadsheet, so you can see how to watch all of these films. And also, starting today, you can find my videos predicting which individuals or films will win the Oscar prizes. Every day, I'm going to be dropping a short video where I talk about each film in a respective category, who I think is going to win it, and who I believe actually should win it. But we're talking today about the films, and we are in our 11th theme week. We are in Razzie week. We're looking at all the films that are nominated for at least one or more Golden Raspberry Award. These are the ones that recognize what people vote the worst films of the year. And today we're going to stay in the action realm. It's kind of funny how most of the films that end up at the Razzies, save a few, normally they're action films. But today I am discussing Lionsgate and Summit Films' Borderlands. Based on the video game of the same name by Gearbox Software, the film was co-written by the film's director Eli Roth and Joe Crombie, based on a story by Roth. Now, the film, reportedly budgeted between $110 and $120 million, barely made a third of that by the end of its late summer run. Released in August of 2024, the film made $15,482,668 at the domestic box office and an additional $17,495,842 at the international box office for a worldwide total of $32,978,510. Critically, the film has the lowest critical rating of all the films I have discussed this week. Yes, lower than Madam Web. With 209 critical reviews, Borderlands has a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and while higher on the popcorn meter, the film is still rotten with over 500 audience reviews, giving the film a 50%. Award season wise, the film is tied with Madam Web for the most nods, with 6 in total. Borderlands is nominated for Worst Picture, a nod it also received by the Hawaii Film Critics Society, along with some of the other films I've discussed this week. Worst Director for Roth, Worst Supporting Actor for Jack Black, Worst Supporting Actor for Kevin Hart, Worst Screen Combo for, and I quote, any two obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black. And the one that hurts my heart, like last year when Helen Mirren was nominated for this award in Shazam. Cate Blanchett, nominated for Worst Actress. Oh. As Joker Folie à Deux was, this film is nominated at the Costume Design Guild Awards for designer Daniel Orlandi, but in a different category, it is nominated for excellence in sci-fi and fantasy films. And the only other nod that I will reference for this film is it won an award, Best Motion or Title Graphics win at the Golden Trailer Awards. So the trailer was good. So let's head to those Borderlands. Welcome to Pandora. No, not the James Cameron one of Avatar, a different Pandora. Once a beautiful paradise, it has now become an apocalyptic wasteland. To save everyone, we must find the vault, the source that can restore everything and make everything whole again. This is the hope of Atlas, played by Edgar Ramirez. Now, in order to do this, he needs his daughter, Tiny Tina, played by Ariana Greenblatt, who has an important part to play in this. However, in a prison break coup, Roland, a soldier played by Kevin Hart, has rescued Tina from her prison so that Atlas can't follow through on his plan for domination, and along the way they pick up Krieg, a member of the so-called Psychos, played by Florian Montigny, and the three escape. Now, in order to retrieve his daughter, Atlas hires famed bounty hunter Lilith, played by Blanchett, who is at first hesitant to have to return home to Pandora, her home planet, until she sees just how beneficial the payday will be. So, returning to Pandora, Lilith is quickly able to meet up with Tina and her companions, and they are also joined by Claptrap, a robot voiced by Jack Black, who was sent to accompany her on her journey through Pandora. Lilith will quickly realize that some intentions on the parts of some people are not as they should be. And so she will kind of change sides to help Tina accomplish her goal of beating her father to the vault. Along the way, they will pick up Tanis, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, a partner to Roland, and also Lilith's adoptive mother. And as this ragtag team sets off to find and open the vault, they will be pursued by Atlas's Crimson Lance, and ultimately will lead to a final battle for all the power contained. On paper, there could have been an interesting film here. However, writer-director Roth, who has solid performances when he stays in the horror lane, him and his co-writer Crombie, they can't quite seem to guide this very predictable story that almost plays like an early scrapped draft of the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. And it's funny because there's a line of dialogue that Blanchette's Lilith says. She says, she's dangerous, she's dirty, and she's definitely a toxic waste dump, but she's my home. While referring to Pandora, one can't help but wonder if the she is referring to is that script. All of the tropes from Guardians 1 are repeated here, the plot beats, and even a fun fact, Greenblatt, who plays the Gamora character, she was young Gamora in Avengers Infinity War, plays almost the same role here. James Gunn just pulled this premise off a lot better. The whole ragtag group saving the world. Now, there are some really decent fight sequences. That's what Roth is able to show well. But, given that he was trying to skirt to bring in a younger audience, they don't skew the way you would expect an Eli Roth film to do. If you want that, go watch Hustle, go watch Cabin Fever, go watch the absolutely stellar Thanksgiving. But the problem is Roth relies on action sequences and fight to carry this roughly 90-minute film along, and it feels longer than that. Additionally, cinematographer Roger Stofers, he doesn't quite seem to capture the moments for impact, in this film. The primary cast, Blanchett, Hart, and Curtis, they almost seem like they're just phoning it in, as film was an obligation that they had to do to get through. And that's unfortunate because, people who are unfamiliar with the game, like me, I'm not familiar with the game. The performers were the draw for me, the actors that were in this, as was Roth. But there wasn't as much to engage here, and the attempted laughs fell flat, especially Black's Claptrap, who was meant to provide the levity, but his character was a little less Groot and a little bit more Jar Jar Binks. Ugh. And to this point, the nods for this film, you know what? Let's save Blanchett. The nods that this film got at the Razzies are kind of warranted. Look, Blanchett in a worst actress category is like a crime against humanity, like I said for Mirren. She's not great here. I mean, she's a little more grounded than the others. Actually, her and Curtis are a little more grounded because they are, the actors of esteem. And, it's unfortunate because Lilith could be a really great badass role for Blanchett to sink her teeth into, but she's a little underwritten. Lilith is supposed to be the main protagonist of this film and have that chutzpah to take us along with her, and she doesn't have it. So you know what? I don't know why I'm defending this, and I don't even want to say it's at their fault. It's the script, and Eli Roth, I mean, man, I love you. I love your films, but not this one. Look, everyone said that Madam Web was one of the worst films of the year. Personally, I think this is one of the weakest films of the year. Not even a swing and a miss, just a miss for me. Although I will say, if you're a fan of the game, you might find some Easter eggs that you will appreciate. They were like over my head. So, for the second time this season on these awards, and I'll be bold. No, I'm going to hold off. But for the second time this season, I'm giving a film 1 star. Yes, Borderlands gets 1 star. Now, if you'd like to watch Borderlands, it is streaming on the platform Stars or is available for rental or purchase on most digital platforms. All right, so 75 down, 22 to go. As always, if you like what you heard here, please click that subscribe button, like the video, share the video. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd. And again, find lots of great information at my website, cinephilemike.com, including those prediction videos. The Oscars are almost here. Until tomorrow, everyone, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.